Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm here to share about my awakening journey. So, uh, when this awakening lightning, I know it happens, this spiritual awakening, it happens differently with different people. This is my story. Uh, so, I I was in a marriage. I had my daughter was 8, and I got out with my daughter. I took up a job, so it was a difficult thing to even come out of that, and come out of the marriage, come out of the house and start working again. The universe just supported me, helped me, and yeah, so basically I'm a single mom. 2016 I came out of the marriage. I started living with my daughter, started working. 2017 no, August 2017, so that was like within a year after I had left the house, the marriage. Within a year, I had this wow, super huge lightning bolt that struck me. So uh, uh, I think couple of, of course, it had to happen at this time. It had to happen, but I think what triggered it was my trip to Himalayas. Uh, I had been to Leh Ladakh for the first time. I missed seeing Pangong Lake. I really wanted to go, but I could not go. And then I was back and carried on with the routine life. I came across this book by, wow, what is this? Okay, so wow, I'm gonna put it in the description below because it's an important book for my the whole awakening journey. So I came across this book, and I wished for an experience like that. This book is about NDE, near death experience, and I wished that how the author um, went through this experience and experienced pure love, unconditional love, and she speaks so much about it, and I wanted to feel it. And one day I was getting ready for work, and one moment I just stood there and I said, I would like to, if there is something called making a wish, this is my wish. I want to feel this unconditional love. And that was just one moment, and then I carried on with the day and life and everything. After 2 days, after 2 days, I was asleep, and this experience happened in the sleep. I could recall it only after I was awake, and then after the first half of the day was over, um, I just remembered that wow, something happened, something has happened in the night. From the morning until afternoon, I was feeling so peaceful, and I didn't know what has happened, but then I started remembering what had happened. So here is what had happened. Uh, it was like I was sleeping, but it was, I could, then I called it a dream, but I actually visited some other dimension. So I was at the Pangong Lake, and I was looking at the lake from some height, and that's not my height basically. I was much higher. I was looking at the lake, and I saw the mountain, the Himalayas, and I saw the water, and I knew that I was that mountain, and I was that water, and I was the earth. The earth, the water, the lake seeped into the earth, and I was that earth, and I was that earth that connected with the mountain. and the mountain that stood with that sky, and I was that sky. It was that feeling of just being just in that moment, and it was that oneness. It was beyond time, it was beyond space. So, and I don't know how long I was there, it just seemed timeless. But after that, I recalled this in the morning, in the afternoon on that day, and uh, my life after this experience, my life just changed. Like, the biggest thing happened physically also and emotionally also. So emotionally, mentally, what I saw was my fear was completely gone. I would just there just was no fear at all about anything, anybody. If, like, if there is something, I mean, there was just no fear. I mean, yeah, be it any presentations in office, or speaking to, like, some very senior people or whatever, which used to be otherwise, you know oh wow, you got to prepare if you're going for a meeting or speaking to someone like so senior. Those things used to be there, but that just it just dissolved, like, as if the fear was never there. Or, like, climbing, like, I climbed, like, it was a part of some course that I was doing. I climbed like high wall without any, like, I mean, fear didn't even seep into my mind until I saw that my partner in that exercise could not actually go up because they felt the fear. And only then I realized that, oh, fear existed, like there was a reason for fear there. I did not feel it. And yeah, so fear just it just vanished from my life. So that was the mental thing. Physically, I saw so many my hormones were balanced, like reset, like totally reset. My digestion was reset. um, if I see my pictures from that time, around those months, I see that I was looking different. I don't know after that if I started looking different, because that was a time. I mean, you won't know, right? Like, it's a continuous process, linear process. So I wouldn't know. But that time I was looking different. Um, yeah. So those were like mental, emotional changes that I saw, physical changes I saw. Some other things started happening, like um, things that, now I know that there are terms for these things, like out of body experience. I didn't know then. I didn't know what was going on. So I'm lying down on sofa, and then I, like, one moment I'm lying down here, the next moment I see that I feel myself at the ceiling and looking at myself. Um, or then I'm like, I'm holding my cycle, I'm walking on the slope, I'm, like, I'm aware, I'm in the moment, I'm on the road with, like, lot of traffic around. I'm walking with my cycle, and I hear few people behind. No, I feel few people behind, and I know their whole story. um yeah, things like that. Or sometimes my eyes are closed, and I would just, like, I would still be able to see what feel what, like, what things are around, or who's around, or stuff like that. So yeah, that happened. And I was in that state for like 9 months. And it was, if I was driving, a car, I would feel that the whole oh my god, it was so beautiful. I was like, I was living in another dimension for those 9 months. So I'm driving, I'm at the steering wheel, and I feel the whole traffic as a part of my body. And if it's my body, I can't, like, by mistake just hit myself. Like, there can't be any accidents if it's all one body. And that's how I felt. Even in, like, terrible traffic of Mumbai. I felt like, it was all like all in harmony. And yeah, just harmony. Even the busiest traffic signal was all in harmony. So yeah, I spent like 9 months in that harmony. I didn't know what was going on. Like there's no fear and there's no. That was the time I lost my job, and still, like, I was so peaceful and everything, like, really, really. I was out of dimension, out of 3D, because 3D is a dimension of polarity. There's good, there's bad, there's love, there's fear. Uh, the state that I was in was a state where there was no polarity, there was no duality. I was just there. It was just being. Okay. So, anyhow, that lasted for 9 months. It was as if to, like, as if to give me a trailer of, this is where you like it, really, and you wanna go there. What are you ready to do if you wanna, like, be there all the time? And yeah, I mean, these questions were not asked to me. I didn't even know what was going on, but it was kind of a trailer. And in all those 9 months, I kept on searching what's happening to me, because I saw the changes everywhere, and the trust increased so much in me. And so anyway, it was life changing 9 months. The only explanation that I could get around those days, because I was not into this awakening. I didn't know what was awakening. I didn't know any such thing was going on around in the world. uh, the closest thing that I remembered about the book, that I'm gonna put in the description. So I remembered about the book. Then I thought, oh, maybe this was NDE, the near death experience. So that was because that was the only thing that went close to it. Only thing is, I didn't get into a situation where I was close to dying. But otherwise, I saw that dimension. I was there. In fact, I lived there so long. So anyhow, so that lasted for 9 months, and then tadam, then I was back on the earth, like just flat on my face. And then life started, and all these challenges started. And yeah, then I met. I thought it was my twin flame, but it was later on I got to know it was a false twin. They call it false twin, but if you're interested, I could make another video about it. But I don't really think there is, like, I mean, it makes a difference if it's a false twin, real twin, whatever, because the energy is same. They're still holding the twin's energy, and you're still doing that work within yourself. So yeah, the whole twin flame thing started. um, the inner work started. The dark night of soul started. Yeah, so that's how my awakening began. And it's been, oh yeah, after that I started painting like crazy. After my awakening, I started painting. I mean, I always went to art college. I mean, I was always an artist. I was like, I drew well when I was in school days and all that. And then I went to art school. I was a mediocre student. I wanted to draw well, but I could never draw well. And my drawing was like pathetic. I mean, eeks. I mean, no, no, it was bad. And it was so bad that, I mean, I could not draw humans. And so my final project was in typography, not because I like typography in art school. I started liking it. I appreciated it really when I went to design school, but before, for my masters. But before that, I my elective was typography, because I could not draw. That's how bad I was. And now I paint. You should check my Instagram if you haven't. Fraddy Paints. Um, so I started painting continuously. I started drawing so much, like sometimes even 20 hours, 21 hours a day. I would just very quickly finish all the routine things that are required for my daughter, sending her school, making tiffin, whatever. And then I'll get back to painting. There were times when I would even paint with closed eyes, just for like, just for seeing like what the hell is going on. And I would mix colors with like closed eyes, and then it turned out like really nice. I mean, the colors I painted with open eyes, but the color mixing was, or color selection was, with closed eyes. And yeah, there is some painting where I started painting a lot of lotuses, which I did not understand why I was doing it. Later on, I understood. Um, it's got to do with my twin, basically. So one of the lotuses, I have uh, painted the center of the lotus green, and I um, that was the color I selected. Or like, I would be in trance, and sometimes I would be in trance and painting like that. And later on, I got to know that, I mean, yeah, then I didn't even know about these chakras and stuff. So later I got to know, okay, heart chakra is green, and that was a time when my heart chakra was opening. So yeah, lot of fun on this journey. uh, yeah, so art started with my awakening. Art is like, I mean, my awakening and art, they're like, they go together, they go hand in hand. Yeah, that's it for this video. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna talk another time. If you, I think these are the important things I wanted to share. And if you want me to speak about something, please do mention in comment, and maybe then I can make video about it. And yeah, otherwise we'll be in touch in the comments or on Instagram, Friday Paints. Bye bye. Take care. See you. I love you.